Hi, my name is Noel, and I teach meditation as a universal practice, which has rich fruits for individuals and society. In this video, we continue to explore how meditation can impact the brain. So, here goes. The body and the mind are deeply interconnected. Each has the capacity to influence the other. Our mind can be influenced by chemicals in the body and bacteria in the gut. But equally, the mind can impact on the brain. We saw in earlier videos that focused attention meditation can improve overall brain function, leading to better decision making, improved coping strategies, as well as contributing to a more positive attitude towards perceived stress. And meditation can also reduce risk-prone behaviors. Not alone does meditation relax the mind, allowing us, as children say, to let go of all the drama. It also brings about physical benefits such as blood pressure, cholesterol levels, heart rate, and the immune system. Evidence now indicates that these changes are brought about by changes in the brain, which are triggered by meditation. In other words, the evidence suggests that meditation can change the function and structure of the brain. A Harvard study in 2011 suggests that participation in mindfulness-based stress reduction is associated with changes in grey matter concentration in brain regions involved in learning and memory processes, emotional regulation, self-referential processing, and perspective taking. All of those are affected by the practice of meditation. And other studies show that meditation practice induces functional and structural brain modifications in expert meditators, especially in areas linked to self-awareness and self-regulation. Now, our brains do not contain fixed hardwiring. The neural pathways and circuits, in fact, change with learning and with mental exercises. And meditation encourages the growth of new neurons, along with the formation of new connections between existing neurons. Professor Ian Robertson of Trinity College Dublin suggests that the production of noradrenaline, a brain chemical involved in stress and attention, which helps to foster more connections in the brain, his research suggests that that can be affected by meditation. Noradrenaline, like serotonin and dopamine, are neurotransmitters. And when the brain is in a meditative state, the neurotransmitters achieve the balance required for optimum cognitive and physiological functions. These findings come as no surprise to the wisdom traditions of the world, which have always maintained that meditation integrates body, mind, and spirit. Shanida Nataraja suggests that the benefits that arise from meditation seem to be related to its capacity to promote whole brain integration. Now, I'm sure you know that there are two hemispheres in the human brain and that they have very different functions. They operate quite differently from one another. Sitting in the stillness and silence of meditation actually brings about changes in the brain that helps to integrate how the two hemispheres of the brain operate by building bridges between them. Generally speaking, the left hemisphere is associated with analytical, rational, and logical processing. It divides, reduces, fragments, analyzes, and is the seat of language. By contrast, the right hemisphere is associated with abstract thought, non-verbal awareness, intuition, and holistic thought, and with visual spatial perception and the expression and modulation of emotions. The left brain is typically associated with our routine doing, and its center is the ego. It's focused on our ability as an individual to survive and prosper in the world. By contrast, the right brain sees the bigger picture, the global picture, and it is attuned to consciousness beyond the ego, to an overarching global consciousness that apprehends the interconnectedness of all creation. So we can say that the left brain is focused on doing, while the right brain is more focused on being. Western culture has overstressed left brain activity, and most people in the West live out their daily lives in a way that is dominated by left brain thinking and activity. Because of this imbalance, many people in Western society fail to keep in touch with their true being and to honor feelings and emotions. Scientists suggest that the stillness and silence of meditation helps to correct this imbalance by opening up neural pathways between the two hemispheres of the brain. And this leads to greater integration of the hemispheres, so that whatever picture is painted by the functional, analytic left brain, the right brain broadens to take into account the needs of the whole. The two hemispheres combined give rise to a more holistic view of reality. When we focus our attention on our mantra, we encourage increased activity in the attention cells of the brain. And as our attention deepens, the activity in nearby cells, which are involved in thoughts and images, decreases considerably. At the same time, brain cells dealing with emotional responses become active, leading to what is known as the relaxation response. Putting it simply, we can say that paying attention to our mantra leads to the brain switching on and off different brain cells. And that leads to a feeling of relaxation and a lessening of thoughts. As our meditation becomes even deeper, so does the relaxation response. And this gives rise to decreased activity in the part of the brain associated with orientation in time and space and with personal boundaries. And this reduces our sense of separateness, leading to a greater sense of being connected. Entering a meditative state calms the incessant chatter in the left hemisphere of the brain and moves our consciousness towards the right hemisphere. The regular practice of meditation helps to open these neural pathways, bridges, as it were, between the two hemispheres, giving rise to a more integrated way of being in the moment, a more cohesive mode of perceiving and thinking. I want to stress that it is we who kickstart this process every time we sit down to meditate. As we let go of doing, by focusing our attention on our mantra, we become aware of simply being. And this awareness is an expansion of our consciousness beyond the mundane, beyond ordinary self-consciousness. And this expansion broadens how we make sense of experience. John Main described this in his own unique way. He said that meditation moves the center of gravity of our consciousness from the head to the heart. This stretches and deepens our self-understanding of who we are. It moves us from a preoccupation with knowledge to an appreciation of wisdom. We discover, as Cynthia Bourgeault says, that wisdom is not about knowing more, but knowing with more of you, knowing deeper. We get in touch with that deepest level of our being, that source of unitive consciousness, where we know that my life is not just about I and me and mine. As meditation moves us from doing mode to being mode, we develop a more nuanced, balanced way of seeing and being in the world. And now, to help ensure that your doing is informed by your being, I invite you now to sit in stillness and silence for the next 10 minutes. And do try to set aside that time each day for meditation.